if you like listening to stuff you can't hear, well, a one-sided conversation, this is the podcast for you. Because, fuck me dead, I forgot to turn on my fucking mic. So, keep your ears pricked up and have fun trying to distinguish what I say. Enjoy.
The distortion of the fabric of space and time around one black hole also exists for the other black hole. So you have black holes entering each other's event horizons. So I opened up that thesis. I didn't understand a single page and and fuck your ass.
Into the second, like the second half.
Into like the thing that you have.
What do I have?
You know how you just have the track where you can just slot it in the beginning?
No, I don't.
Like fuck around and
I cut it every time.
Oh, you cut it every time? Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I go to like fuck your ass and I cut it and then I drag it to the end. But yeah, we should have another file of the outro.
Yeah, because I always get fucking triggered when I'm doing it.
Why?
Because if you listen to it, it kind of, I swear it like fucks up on or you can't select right on where it goes, where it kind of stops the music and goes, and fuck your ass. It kind of just goes, your ass.
That's like in Apple Movie when it's like you zoom in all the way and like you're trying to line up the two audio files and it just goes like, it goes from here to here and you're just like, what's worse, you know?
Yeah. Fuck, iMovie's such a wank to use.
It's cheap. I've been thinking about editing properly, but it's just like, fuck, man, so much time to edit fully, especially a podcast. Like, what am I going to do for this podcast? Like, I say something wank or you say something wank and then we like freeze frame, zoom in, and then do like...
Zoom in and what?
Yeah, like a spiral effect, zoom in on faces and shit. I don't know how to do that.
Yeah, no way. I take notice of that in like videos. Like, for example, we have like gotten so like editors have realized that the viewers have gotten so used to something needing to happen that they have even like used a still image like that it's just them recording and started shaking it.
Really?
Have you noticed that?
No.
Bro, whenever I watch KSI's videos, they'll be sure it'll like be a just straight shot, but sometimes when he's talking, the screen will just be moving like that.
Jiggling.
Just jiggling.
Just to just keep your attention
just
or something?
like be like, oh, something's happening. And not only that, it'll also happen when they're like, when they pull up kind of a Reddit page or something like that as the background, or like his face up here, and it's also can sometimes move as well. Like, what is there? Like, there's got to be some sort of science behind that.
Yeah.
Or, like, that's just the biggest wank to even start doing.
For sure. Like, why would they do that in the first place? Even captions as well at the start of the video. So when you hover over it, you see the start captions. Hey guys, $1,000.
That is grabbing me so hard.
What?
With any recommended video or whatnot,
The first like
hover over
yeah.
it, watch the first 10 seconds and read like the type, like whatever it's saying or whatnot. I'll see how it's going. And if I fuck with it with
yeah, it's smart. So that's what all these big channels now are putting like massive captions for the first 10 seconds of their video because they're seeing people hovering over it. YouTube is cracked. Like, they give you so much analytics and you just see YouTubers just honing in. They just mold themselves to the algorithm to get maximum views. You have to be a serious, like, savvy person to be a YouTuber. Like, you have to really be in it, otherwise you've missed.
Yeah.
Or you have, like, a financial advisor, not a financial advisor, I don't know, a business partner who's just into that. I'm afraid to say my mind doesn't work like that. I'm not interested in that, which I feel like I should be. You know? Like, in order to get somewhere, you gotta, like, work, like, you gotta leverage the fucking market and leverage all the trends. It's just a lot of effort. I don't want to spend my energy of my life chasing that shit.
Yeah, you kind of just want to live in the moment.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, I love life.
Like, I usually want to do a podcast, and they just do a fucking podcast, and that's the podcast, you know?
Yeah.
But I don't think that's how it works.
Nah, definitely not. You gotta know some like shit that goes on behind the scenes.
Yeah. Well, editing, I don't stress about editing. I quite enjoy editing.
Yeah, like neither do I. But I guess like we will kind of realize if it gets to a point where we're just like, if it gets to a point where we go, right, if we want to take this podcast to the next level, we actually need to fucking start proper editing and like shortening the videos and making them,
Yeah.
I don't know, fucking viewer friendly and shit like that.
Yeah.
And then fuckery.
A lot of fuckery. Yeah, well, the first thing we do is we'd have to make shorts and just put shorts up everywhere and like clips and 5-minute videos. I'd rather just make bank and then pay someone to do it. You know what I mean? Like, let me go down this avenue, make a fuck ton of money doing that, and then I can do my hobby and put my money into the hobby.
Yeah.
It's like, I'd like to say I have time to do that, but I don't want to find time to do that, which is fucked.
Yeah.
You know, I don't really want to find time to put extra effort in.
Like, I could be doing that.
Yeah, so could
But
I.
instead, I'm just like, I want my own time, my free time, fucking play the Xbox or sit down and watch YouTube and all that kind of jazz. But realistically, it's only once a fucking week. And we probably could just do it. But
yeah, we could just. It can be done, and I wonder what could be done if, I don't know, say we do a short, like 2 shorts every week, you know?
2 shorts.
2 shorts every week, just 2 clips every week.
And that's just the clips that we fucking edit the fuck out of.
Yeah, edit the fuck out of? Where do we
30
begin?
seconds, just
But where do we begin with this editing?
Just like ear rape.
Yeah. We need something to grab the attention. Like I saw on TikTok, these guys clap, and that's like that's the start of their shorts, which is really smart. They're like branded themselves.
Yeah, if someone's on shorts and they just heard that fucking "soo" as they're just scrolling, they'd be like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah. Sue. That's Ronaldo, isn't it?
I don't fucking know.
Pretty sure it is. He's Sue.
Jacob fucking kept repeating the cunt.
Yeah.
The other night, and I was just like, now I say it all the time.
We're due to get some guests on now. Hey, I feel like we've recalibrated.
We could have had Matt on, but for whatever reason we missed.
Oh yeah, well.
Matt was like, let's have a fucking podcast.
We had Cox on.
Yes.
The unknown man. We want to get another unknown man on to sit behind the camera because he's going to be big businessman shit. So it's crazy that I feel like an idiot when you have intellectual people going, I don't think it's smart to come on this podcast. And here we are. Fucking drop kicks. Like what I want to be? I want to be a psychologist, I say. Yes, Harry. Good decision to be doing a podcast where you say, I'm jizzing. Just into the world. You know what I mean? My clients look me up.
Yeah,
a podcast? 28 episodes. Yeah. What's he talking about? Cut in. Which wife would you fuck? That's what we spoke about on one of their podcasts. Deep in there, but it would be found. You just hope there's too much information in this world that shit almost becomes like, you can be so open that it becomes drowned out in a way because you're not hiding anything. Yeah. I don't know what. I'm trying not to commit to any sort of like cutting off the corners of my personality to fit a pathway because I don't think my pathway that I want to live is going to be very linear. You know what I mean? I'm just going to fucking just keep following my intuition of like what I enjoy doing, which is this. I thoroughly enjoy just talking shit and being loose as fuck with like what I'm saying.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I'm very go with the flow, but being comfortable. And fucking, I think I need to start listening to Dave Goggins.
Yeah.
Fucking a lot more now. Like, I shit you not, the morning after I signed up for jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
I wake up, just putting on my clothes and whatnot, out the door, and I just had this overwhelming shit cunt. Why are you even doing this? Like, why are you even going to attend this shit?
What?
Like, there is no reason. And then I just started listening to some Joe Rogan, and then and fucking David Goggins, and I just channeled this fucking mood of you're just gonna fucking walk in there, the Savo, and fucking dominate every cunt there, and this is your shit. This will be your element, even if it's not. You will make it your.
Yes,
thing.
you will.
And then I had to do overtime.
Yeah.
I was like, ah.
But you set yourself up mentally.
Yeah. I like had to fucking. Yeah.
No, I find that really interesting because I get frustrated at you with that shit when you like, I don't know, I just see like you, like, it's hard to explain. It's like that comfort zone that you say
I
you,
suck
that
at
you,
pushing comfort zones.
yeah, that you say you in there. But it's like, I get frustrated and then I get frustrated at you and then I go, no, it's not like that. It's not something that you're consciously going, fuck. You know, like, you know what I mean? You don't want that comfort zone, yet it's like two parts of yourself. So it's just like, I can't get frustrated at you because I love you. So it's just like, this man this is his path. He will find the wisdom. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I don't know. Because I don't know, I am you at the same time. You know what I mean? Like, I'm so close to you that I am you and I see all of my patterns that I see in myself in you. So when I see like a particular pattern that I struggle with that you're struggling with, it's almost like I see myself in you, so that frustrates me, you know?
Yeah. I don't see you as me.
Really?
No. I see you as like, I'll be honest, I look up to you because I fucking get home and I fucking see routine and I see order and I'm like, you know what you're fucking doing.
But I don't. But that order
as
is a
much
way
as
to get to it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like, as much as you, like, I hear you sit here and go, I don't really know where the fuck I'm gonna be, what the fuck I'm gonna do, but I'm just fucking doing shit, and I see structure to your fucking wandering. So I see that and I go, that is like a first step to take to, like, I don't know, finding a path instead of just wandering.
Well, that's exactly. Well, think of, like, it's fucked because I am that structured and I see that you are currently lacking that structure. I'm like, I want to just give you it because I know I see your potential. I see, like, you're a powerful human. Like, I know you. You know what I mean? And I go, Gus, anything that Gus wants, he can get. All he has to realize is that he has to get it. Yeah. That is the only thing that is stopping you right now. Like, you just have to realize that your comfort zone is your enemy, like David Goggins says, and that in order for you, like, I don't know, let's put it in the example, like you said you want to potentially become a UFC fighter, right? To say that would seem retarded, but it's not retarded because you have to have an ideal somewhere, right? And it's like, all right, you have to align yourself in a position daily in able to put yourself in a position to be the MMA fighter. So it's like, you have to be the cunt who's training every day. You have to be the cunt who's structured in order to put yourself in a position where you can even achieve that fucking growth, you know? That's how I am putting myself in. Like, I do all this shit every day because it's like I'm purposely every day putting myself out of my comfort zone. And when I'm like, my brain is getting bigger. You know what I mean? I'm like, it's the chaos and order. I wish we had the yin yang thing up, but it's like, I don't know. I feel like I'm waffling because it's really hard to articulate this. But all right, so like your comfort zone is the space of which you know yourself, right? And we obviously want to stay within what we know of ourselves. And then when you fucking have a cold shower, you are fucking not enjoying yourself. Boring.
Oh, sorry.
No.
Yeah, sorry. Continue.
So it's like, the chaos. I just squashed an ant. No, he's G. I thought I squashed an ant. Yeah, so that the order of your daily life, of your comfort zone, of doing all the shit you want to do, is what you enjoy, and it's what you know. It's your known self. But when you specifically tell yourself that during this day I'm going to do one or multiple things that I know I don't want to do. But what that is that is the lower self saying, be the person you've always been. Be the person you can, because our lives are so easy to live. This lower person can just grind through life, right? And that lower person goes, don't turn the shower from hot to cold. Just enjoy your shower and go to work. But then you got to like notice yourself and be like a step back from yourself and say, there's all these benefits having a hot shower, and it literally changes your mindset. So you need to get the position where that lower person goes, fuck, fine. And then you turn it, you brain, oh my God, I'm cold. And then at the end of it, you're like, oh my God, I'm my higher self now because I convinced myself to do something I didn't want to do. And now I feel good because I did it. Because this thing that makes me feel good is hard to do, you know? And it's like, oh, so I just have to do hard things that I don't want to do in order to feel good in life? Yes. And it's leveraging the suffering of life to get what you want. And that's what everyone does. You know, that's why people fucking grind in the gym. They're legit causing their own harm to make themselves better. And that lower self is the person who goes, don't do it, chill out, give up, just walk away. That's the person that you don't want to be. That is the person, you want to become the demon. You know, you want to fucking, like what David Goggins says, there's that person, what's he say? He's like, you want to, I got a quote in it somewhere. I don't know. You know what I mean?
I know exactly what you fucking mean. Just let me fucking...
Yeah. I'll grab this quote. I'll see if I can find it. Because I got heavy into David Goggins like 2 years ago. And I literally became my fucking spirit animal. Crazy how like powerful these humans are.
Yeah, bro. That's because like just listening to him back to back, like for 4 hours, just listening to him. And him just being there like this ultimate fucking animal. Pinnacle of fucking like, I don't give a fuck. And then to also be there at the exact same time and say to the host of the podcast that he's on, I don't want to fucking be here. If anything, if I had it my way, I'd be out the fucking door right now. But I've got to face this little bitch in me and like push through it. And like to hear that, it's like inspiring for a lot of people.
Yeah, for sure.
It's like everyone knows that they have that little bitch in them. And it controls you so much.
That's exactly right.
And just hearing someone who is like, I deal with that daily too. I don't want to go on these fucking runs, but I just fucking do it anyway because I have to set an example for the people. Yeah, it's not even for him. That's what he says. He's like, it's for because I know the people out there are fucking just need me.
He's done a unique thing. He's made himself the hardest cunt on earth, and now he has to maintain the title. His quote is, in the dark room, that's who you are. And in that dark room is where you create another human being that walks out a savage to face who you are. You know? It's like in that bit where it's like, okay, I'm giving up. It's like, I find that that is the most crucial part of a workout or of anything, of a run, of life. It's just like, say you are inevitably going to give up and you know that you're going to give up. And you keep telling yourself you're going to give up. And you don't see the finish line. When you're saying, okay, I'm giving up now. Say, all right, I'm giving up now, but I'll just wait a bit. I'm giving up now, I'll just wait a bit. And every time you wait a bit, you're just fucking expanding. You're going beyond what you thought you could go beyond. And that just gives you a further confidence in your abilities next time. You know, I have this fucking cycle. I call it the cheetah cycle. I've been really analyzing this a lot, and I'm fucking trying to reshape the way I fucking exist. I've explained this to you millions of times, probably said it on the podcast. But my spirit animal is definitely a cheetah in terms of that. Whereas I have an intense energy as a human. I fucking explode on shit. I do shit really well, And then slowly but surely, you'll notice that I just peter off, and then I descend back down. I recuperate my energy, and then I shoot up again. But you know, the problem is when I fucking descend back down, I never follow things through. The finish line is always 3 steps forward. I never finish the finish line, then recuperate. So it's like, that really frustrates me because I'm a guy who has a lot of potential, but I don't have the foresight and the vision to follow it through. I lose motivation. I start going existential, questioning why I'm doing anything. What the fuck is the point? You know, and I fucking gone. And I'm like, why do I do that? I don't know why I do that, but it seems to be a pattern of just like the makeup of my human nature, of my laws of who I am as a person. Yeah. And I think we all have different animal cycles. Like, people are just fucking conscientious, just taking ground, just slow and steady. I'm not slow and steady. I'm fucking grrr, and then I brrr. So I've been trying to practice, like, I may not be able to escape that. I'm trying my best to escape that, and that's why I have to do the cold showers, and I'm trying to do the sauna, just to go, is today going to be the day when the cheetah fucking collapses?
Yeah.
And I go, and instead of saying, I went from, I'm going to break the cheetah down, I'm going to break out of this cheetah, like, cast. And then I said, like, maybe that's not the case. Maybe I am the cheetah, that is my cycle, and I can leverage myself in order to be the best cheetah possible. So I go, the cheetah's going to have to rest eventually. And the cheetah's going to have to rest eventually. So when I'm about to fucking fail, I go, is this the day the cheetah rests? Is this the day the cheetah fails? Is this the day you regress? And then it's like, no. And I make a decision that it's like, the day the cheetah's going to fucking rest is going to be a very, very, very hard day. You know what I mean? Because it's just like, I know what happens after that. It's like shit starts going downhill. And it'd be beautiful if once that day happens, shit starts going downhill. If I can then boom and then pick myself back up again, like very instantly, that would be very good too. But
yeah, I was just thinking when you said I'm a guy with a lot of potential, I was and for whatever reason I immediately just thought that is not cocky. I was like, if anyone who views that as cockiness, that isn't cockiness. That's like, talk to yourself about you having potential. Like, for anyone listening, everyone has potential. Everyone actually has that fucking David Goggins in it, and like, we just gotta fucking learn how to activate it. And I urge everyone to just listen to that man, because that is a man who was like, he's like an everyday human, but at the same time he's not.
It's 100%. Everyone has potential. Literally, I don't know. It's crazy. Like, we live in a world where we spend our entire life trying to break down the rules that we tell ourselves we have to follow in order to accomplish our goals. Like, these rules are the emotions that inflict us. I get anxious by chasing my dreams. And then you spend your whole life trying to deal with your anxiousness in order to chase your dreams. Chase your dreams and deal with the anxiousness. You know what I mean? It's look at me going self-talk, self-help. But you know, like, these emotions are it's like trying to hold us down. It's like, how are you gonna? Anxiety is you facing chaos and your mind not knowing what to do. That's all it is. And we go, that's bad. No, motherfucker. That's you slowly but surely slithering out of your fucking shit fucking adolescent reliant bitch ass self. You know what I mean? Like, and you keep facing that anxiety, then all of a sudden you go, oh, this anxiety is good. Oh, I feel really anxious, which means I'm doing something to get somewhere that I want to go. Let me fucking face this. Every time I face anxiety, that's good. But what is inevitable with anxiety is you're going to fuck up, which is good. You know, I get anxiety, I start stumbling over my words, blah, 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 and I go, this is the chaos inflicting my brain. But your brain quickly goes, orders it. And therefore that chaos is now mapped. You no longer face that chaos. You know? Same as fear. Fear is just chaos.
Yeah.
And you got to enter fear. You got to reevaluate your relationship with fear. Fear is the progression of your life, not the fucking protection of it.
Yeah. Like, everybody makes fun of people going through a midlife crisis. They're just like, oh, this cunt.
Yeah, like buying a Harley or some shit. Yeah.
Like, at 50, he's going through something.
Yeah.
And I just realize this now, like, I sit here in that anxiousness and whatnot, like, fairly often, and think, oh, something will just pull through. That happens to every motherfucker that has a midlife crisis. That's like fucking 90% of the population. That's just fucking, someone will pull through, until you realise, holy fuck, I'm 40 years old, and this thing that I don't even know what is hasn't pulled through. What the fuck am I doing with my life? And yeah, I need to start fucking making moves.
Yeah, and then you go, what moves do you make?
Moves, just fucking moves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, as I said, it's that question I asked you so long ago. What are you willing to do? No, what thing are you willing to pursue in which you would reorientate your life drastically to achieve? Which is like, alright, what's your dream? And what are you willing to do? Alright, I'm gonna have to fucking adjust my parameters of my job. I'm gonna have to adjust my parameters of my spare time. And I'm gonna have to adjust the parameters of how I view myself mentally and my schedule.
Yeah.
What? And are you prepared to do that? Are you prepared to be that guy? Because you're gonna have to become a different human being. And it's obviously, you have the potential. We all have the potential. It's like you just have to fucking like seize it.
Yeah. You talk a lot about fucking spirit animals. And how you know that you're a cheater.
Like, got told to me by a mushroom.
Like, I don't know what my spirit animal would be if I had to fucking take a stab at what it would be.
Well, I view the spirit animal as the pattern of your existence.
Yeah. Well, I know that, but I don't know what I'd fucking be.
Yeah, take a mushroom.
I've taken a mushroom. And I was literally about to say, and I just acted like an ape. And I was just thinking before, maybe that's it. Because I kind of live life right now. I can do whatever I want, whenever I want. And moving out into this house has kind of like let that go unchained, which is sort of bad for my mentality because it goes unchecked.
Yeah.
And you guys aren't going to check it because you're my mates, and I don't expect you to.
Yeah.
And you don't want to step any boundaries.
Yes.
But at the same time, I don't care if you do because.
But you know that's not the answer.
That's not the answer.
Yeah, which
it's
is
like,
this is what I'm
like
fucking.
Yeah. So I feel like I'm just an ape, like a fucking monkey. I'm legit just like, oh fucking yeah, look at this shit, and then I'll just fucking sit and eat some shit and just look up a video of a fucking monkey just chilling. They're just scratching themselves, fucking sniffing shit, flinging shit.
I see you fucking like living your life, and I see like the fucking monkeyness of you just like having all this free time, and as you said, you want someone to fucking say something, but it's also
I don't want them to say anything because it's like I know I'm not making moves. Yeah.
And then you get like a sort of like weird reaction to it, and it's just like that's exactly where I am when I witness that, and I just go what the fuck do I do? I see this man, he wants great things, I know he can achieve them, but he's not doing them, and I know a way for him in able to fucking take the step in the direction, but I can't make him do it because it's his journey, he has to do it. If I were to say, do this, 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 and this, it defeats the whole purpose of you living your life. It's a self-discovery. You need to be like, alright, motherfucker, I want to head in this direction, and I need to align these things to do in order to do it, and then like have that realization that, you know, I only have one, like the fucking one life thing, you know, we only have two lives, we live two lives, and we live we live two lives until we realize we only have one. A deep contemplation of that, I think, is what made me snap out of it and go, holy fuck, and like start organizing my shit intensely.
It's like you said, I know I can achieve greatness like anyone can. It's just fucking putting in the work.
And you also need a self-belief that that's possible for yourself. And it's like, how do you develop that? Like, fuck.
Yeah, legit. And I feel like, because I do it now, I fulfill that in my head.
Yeah,
It's the second life that's in my head, just fucking achieving greatness.
Okay. So, is the grandiosity of yourself in your head something that prevents you from putting it in real life because of fear you might fail? Because you've already achieved it in your head, you build yourself up.
You can say part of that, yeah. Yes.
That's an interesting fucking weird thing that you do to yourself. I'd have the same thing.
Yeah, because it's just like, fucking live in my fucking head. Yeah. Like, you think about because the brain is so fucking retarded, you can think of the most amazing shit.
Yeah.
And you could do it all in your head.
Yeah.
But it comes to actually, and then and then when you think about it too much and go, let's make this reality, and then you start going over all the fucking like shit that can go wrong that can't like happen in your head, like all the variables that can happen in real life, and then you just go, fuck, I'll just keep doing this.
Yeah, because in the reality in your head, it's just the result. You don't see all the shit.
It's just the result. Yes.
And that's obviously not reality. There's
no way.
But you know what's even...
But it's so close to being reality because you're experiencing it that time. Like...
But you know what you don't get from that? In your fantasy, you don't get... In your fantasy, you're the same person as you are now. In reality, if you reach those grand heights, you're a whole different person. You are just the far better version of yourself, and that is achievable. The person that is in your thoughts of how great you are is not an accurate representation of the person who is there, who is that when you get there. Like if you're the UFC heavyweight champion, or UFC, what would you be? Featherweight champion. Featherweight. What would you be? Even flyweight, some shit. You have a mind of steel. You are extremely respectful, intimidating, masculine, aggressive, like to the nth degree, and fearless. Well, not fearless, but fearless enough to face the intense fears that is fighting another human being, smashing bone to bone. Like, that is not who we are as we sit here right now. You know?
No.
And in your fantasy, you have an idea of what that person is, but that is so far from what you see when you see a Robert Whittaker. You know what I mean? Like, that cunt is just fucking dialed. Enters a cage in front of thousands of millions of people online and fights people and wins. Like,
and then just steps away from it, and it's just this nice, cool, calm, collected guy that everyone's like, I want to be friends with that person.
Yeah, and who was he when he was in this position? He would have been in your same position back then. And what did he do?
He just fucking put in the work.
Yes, exactly. And isn't that the weird thing?
Put in the work, bro.
Yeah.
It's that simple.
It literally is.
Like, I drive that into my head, and then, bro, I'm at a 50-50 with my inner bitch.
What is it? But you don't know, but you see, your fucking contemplation, is that the shit that's going to eventually outweigh it?
That's what I'm talking about. That is what is something's going to pull through. Because you're always at this 50, I'm always at this 50-50 with myself, and that, like, makes the fucking, will something pull through?
Pull through as in the external, or yourself pull through? External as in this world?
I guess,
or are you gonna do it? Are you gonna fucking do it? Because you literally have to do it.
Yeah, like the world, like that fucking...
Or like a scout's gonna walk in and be like, hey, sign this contract and we'll set you up in a fucking plane.
Shit like that.
Yeah.
Like,
here's this 8-week contract.
Just...
We're doing all your nutrition. You're locked into it. Commit. And then you're like, you're going to make me commit. And when I commit, I'm locked in. And then it's going to force me to do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not... Yeah, no. You got to be like, I don't want to do this. Yet I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
But then you get the fucking money. You get the rewards. And you get the fame. You get all the shit that people want.
Yeah.
Whether that's desirable. It's all an individual thing.
Yeah.
So what are the other aspects? So there's fighting. Is that really what you dial in on? If you like, in terms of you want to reach. Okay.
I feel like that's just like also my chaotic mindset. Like I just want to do that. Like give that a fucking shot. But that's at the same time. I feel like that's also something I wouldn't want to do for the whole of my life. Like I guess it's because I want to fulfill so many hobbies.
Yes. But what I'd see is if that's the only direction you can see, I'd say just venture in that direction, and then more doors open up. Because what's the point of being stagnant? Going, there's that goal, like there's a pathway, and we instantly look to the end of the path. I want to train MMA. Why does anyone want to train MMA? Because I want to be a UFC fighter, right? And a lot of people enter the training to go in that direction, but they may not necessarily want to be a UFC fighter by the end of that path. They might want to go, I've been a UFC fighter, I've done this, and this, and this, and then look at all these doors that opened up because of the personal progression. I've learned more about myself by facing this adversity, therefore I've decided to take a left step and go this way. There's so much more benefit in shooting for that star than staying on the earth, you know? Because if that's the only way you see, I reckon, bro, go guns blazing.
And like I've said, even if like I'm shit and like that's just me, I'm not even meant to be that, I will be fine with that. I'll just have to find something else. And like you said, doorways can open up. And
it doesn't have to be fighting related.
Exactly.
It could be you realize within you, maybe you realize your spirit animal or some bullshit, or you go, my biggest weakness is this. You work on this weakness, you build up that aspect of yourself, and then you have a realization and go, oh, let me take 2 steps over here, do university per se. Maybe you just go, I always saw myself as not smart, and now I see myself as smart, and then you have this belief to go astronomy. You know that shit that you always like? You know what I mean? Like, that confidence you get from that could do this and this and this. Like, it's legit. As long as you're progressing your individual journey, you're golden. I think that path writes itself at that point.
Yeah, bro. Fucking good old Goggins. He was like, people who say triple down on your strengths. That's so fucking stupid. It's triple down on your weaknesses because then they become your strengths.
Okay, what's your biggest weakness?
Biggest weakness? The shit we're discussing now.
Put that in words.
Like, my inner bitch. That's my biggest weakness. Like going out and like doing shit that I want to give a crack, and I just hide behind the wall of this like,
What? All right. What other ways you hide behind that wall? Where do you go? What do you do to hide?
Procrastinate.
Yeah, through what?
Through what? Just like the fear, I guess you could say, or I procrastinate through the unknown, and like the possibilities, like the positives and negatives, and a lot of the times the negatives outweigh the positives.
Yeah.
Even though the positives are so fucking strong, it's just like
Well, that unknown is the chaos of that path. But what I was trying to dial on, like, what methods do you procrastinate through?
What methods do I procrastinate through?
Yeah.
As in,
like what do you do? Yeah, when you're procrastinating, what are the activities that you do as you procrastinate?
Well, a lot of it happens at work. So when I'm just fucking doing work shit.
But how's that procrastinate? Look, so you mean your work is procrastination for what you want to do?
Do you mean like my method mentally or physically?
Physically. So like, okay, you want to do X, and then you have this feeling of anxiety, and then in order to prevent yourself from realizing that, you do a bunch of shit to bury your head in the sand to prevent you from thinking about it, and then it just keeps you in like the fucking ignorance, keeps you in the comfort zone.
Oh, well, I guess I'll just fucking play podcasts, fucking shit that I'm comfortable with, music, fucking gaming, all that shit. When I procrastinate, I get to a point where I procrastinate too much, where I just go,
Yeah.
and fucking whack on some music or do shit and just be a slob.
Okay. Well, if we wanna practice fucking taming the inner bitch, don't give yourself your procrastination food. You know.
Yeah.
Like, okay, set your demon season month or whatever and see what can happen. You want to fucking do jiu-jitsu? Make a commitment.
Demon season month.
Right? So you go, alright, I'm going to do jiu-jitsu, for example, or wrestling or whatever MMA classes out there. And you go, alright, I'm going to do it this many times, this many sessions a week. Of course, within reason. You hurt yourself, you take a break. You don't want to fucking kill yourself. And then you don't allow... You get rid of the environment that allows you to procrastinate. You say, for this month, I'm not doing that. I'm not allowing this. This Angus Munro does not do this. This Angus Munro does not go on YouTube when this needs to be done.
Yeah.
He goes on YouTube after it needs to be done, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, like... In procrastination, I find a lot of excuses. Of like for example, like my shoulder is fucking sore. Like I swear I've pinched it or something, and like I can just stretch it out and whatnot, but I don't, because it's almost like, because I know I should do it. I should stretch it out. Go to a chiropractor. I can't go to a chiropractor now.
Yeah.
Because of fucking Christmas, which is a bit of a fucking shame, but I can just fucking stretch it out and whatnot. But I almost don't do it. Because subconsciously, I'm like, it's an excuse, locked and loaded.
Yeah, that's fucked. I did the same thing the other day. I hurt my foot. I was at work. And I sort of used this something to do with my foot, as an excuse to have a shitty day and to feel sorry for myself. Woe is me. My foot hurts when I have to work today and build a fence. Today's so shit because I shouldn't be working today because I have a hurt foot and I feel fucked because I'm forced to be here and work. You're at work, motherfucker. What's the point of being sad about it? Your foot hurts. Is it hurt that bad? Or are you fucking exaggerating the limp? Oh, I remember it's meant to be hurting. Shut the fuck up! I was doing that like for half the day and I was just like, who am I? I'm trying to get attention now? Like, is this what I do? Is this what Harry does? I fucking hated it. I didn't hate myself. I laughed at myself. And I'm like,
I do that so fucking much, and then you're just like looking for attention in your head, and then you're looking at the people going by, and you're like, I want attention from you.
Yeah.
And you just take that moment and go, who are you trying to get attention from?
But you subconsciously are trying to get attention from other people because you want them to know how hard your life is.
Yeah.
It's like, shut the fuck up! I know because you do this, I do this. This means a lot of people do this.
Yeah.
Why?
Oh.
Because we're insecure for some reason. We want... Woe is me. My life is hard. My dad's like, what is he, like 46, 47? Doing the exact same work as me. Motherfucker has chronic back pain. You hear him complaining? Oh, your foot hurts. You're 20 years old and a fucking specimen. Shut the fuck up. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, people are overweight, people are underweight, malnourished. There's kids in Africa building sandcastles. I've had nutrition and I've trained my entire life. And my foot hurts.
Yeah, bro. And it's that fucking... And I know what pulls me into that. It's that fucking... I've been sucked into this narrative that I've created for myself. Like, I need... Like, every hero has a fucking tough... Like, has some...
Chip.
Yeah, chip
Kryptonite.
on the shoulder. Fucking backstory.
Yeah.
Like, their fucking... Yeah, hero's journey.
Oh!
Let me know. Yeah, I can't fuck. Yeah.
So, go again, sorry.
Like, I'm in a constant battle with it. Like, though that shit I latch onto. Like, whether it's physical or mental pain, I'm just like, oh yeah, fucking. This could be my sob story. It's like, motherfucker, you don't have a sob story. You've got a good life. That can just be a story for people to be like, cool. Good life, pursuit a good life, fucking... It is what it is.
Well, yeah. Yeah, It's okay. That's my sobs. It's almost like, okay, that's my sob story. That's my excuse if I need an excuse. And then, okay, the person who's already done it, did they have that excuse? Did they allow themselves to have that excuse? You know, they were like, are they complaining about shit? Are they just doing it anyway? You know, yeah, I don't know. I find it like interesting, like to dig down why it's probably like from childhood, like why we fucking do that shit. Like, oh, woe is me. It's probably something to do with like our childhood and our parenting and shit like that. I don't know. It's the first thing is realizing it.
Yeah, it's because like there's that comfort of your parents there being like, oh, it's okay, yada yada. And then the people that like don't have that, they're just like these fucking dialed in cunts. They're like, oh, fucking, you move.
Well, it's weird, like, because I work with my dad, it's almost like that is brought out in me. But when I'm around a non-family related workmate, I'm opposite. There is no weakness. You see a shield. Yeah, like I told you this but ages ago. I was mowing, and we were mowing this palm tree, and there's little nuts off the palm trees that go like hard when they're dead, and it flicked into my shin bone out of the mower. King fucking hit me around the shin. I went, motherfucker, ah! And then out of the corner of my eye, I see my workmate enter the gate, and I go, subconsciously, I did not think to do this, and as it was happening, I'm like, oh my god, I have just adjusted myself because another human being could have seen me being weak. And like, that was not something it was just primal. It was potential weakness. They cannot see you're weak. You know?
Yeah.
Weird shit.
I'll do both, depending on fucking the situation. Like, oh yeah, fucking hit myself on something or cut myself on something. That's something I used to do a lot as well, which is fucking disgusting.
What?
Like if I had a cut or something like that,
Yeah,
I just let it bleed, patch it up. If I was working in mud or whatnot, I'd get even fucking muddier for no reason, just to be like, look at me, I fucking work.
Yeah.
And then I'd get home.
Men do that all the time. Like, my hands are all ripped up, cunt. It's like, motherfucker, you could put gloves on.
Yeah, legit. Oh, then you get home and it's like, no one gives a fuck.
Yeah.
About what you look like because they work as well. They have those days.
Yeah, I catch myself being a bitch. I see my brother walk in. He's an arborist. Works such a harder job than me. Works way longer hours than me. Pretty much runs the show. He complains about the people at work. Doesn't complain about the jobs. It's just what he does. He cuts trees down and throws logs all day into chippers and throws branches from trees. Like, this motherfucker is just a fucking savage. Don't worry about it.
That's what fucking humbles me. Like, if I have those sad fucking days or whatnot, fucking, poor me. And then I'll see Alex on the phone taking multiple phone calls like he's running the business.
That's a whole different type of fear. That's like, I'm running shit. That's like management.
He's just fucking doing it.
Yeah.
I'm just a worker.
Yeah, I'm on a shovel.
And like, I started the exact same time he started. You fucking bitch. What are you complaining about? Just fucking work. Yeah. So I guess you could say I get humbled a lot, but I don't express it.
Yeah, and it's like, and then it's interesting how we view ourselves from that humbling. Are you then negative on yourself and pulling yourself deeper into the hole to prevent yourself from doing shit? Or are you going, it is what it is, I can improve from this? Like, or is it going, you're such a bitch, you are this is how you act, therefore you're shit, you little bitch, like negative self-talk? Or are you going, or you can go, I just noticed I did this. Whoa, that's fucking, I'm not happy with that. Now this is the opportunity where I can change. Like, what's your self-talk like?
Like I said, I'm just like a 50-50 person. Like, some days it'll just be, it is what it is, move on.
Yeah.
And then the woe me fucking is the other fucking days. And it's just, yeah. I feel like I'm getting better at it. Like, especially doing all this weekend work. And just doing overtime throughout the week, I'm starting to like kind of just not fall into that poor me. Just other people do it. I've got other people here doing it with me. They're not complaining. Other people around the world are fucking working fucked hours. Like Elon Musk
Doesn't stop.
Like 18 hours, like days, just fucking sleeping on factory floors, getting up again, calculating. Fucking I own 3 fucking multi-billion-dollar businesses.
They're not human, man.
I'm trying to fucking send people to Mars.
Yeah.
And then I'm also trying to fucking make people like drive, but not drive. Let the car drive for them.
Yeah.
Ugh.
You know what I told myself on that day when I had my sore foot? In a way to like go, shut the fuck up. I was just like, you're not in a concentration camp. That's what I kept saying to myself. You're not in a concentration camp. Like, shit could be far worse. And that was like the fucking turning point that like brought me out of my fucking bullshit. It was just, it's always like broaden your perspective. Whenever like you're negative as fuck, it's like broaden the perspective. I could be a starved child in North Korea dead on a side street with rats eating out my intestines. That shit's happening as we speak. That is not me. I could be in a school bombed by a fucking US bomb. That is not me. I could be a kid in America in a school shooting. That is not me. I'm blessed.
Yeah, when you message me, you have a sore foot. I procrastinated for so long on what answer I should give you because I didn't really feel like going that I just didn't reply because I was procrastinating so much. And at the end of it, I was just like, I just left it because I was like, I'm the biggest bitch. I'm the biggest bitch ever.
Okay, this is so fucked though. What is it gonna be then? You know what I mean?
It's gonna be.
That's literally
just gotta fucking do it.
Yeah.
Like, that is the only answer. It's either you fucking do it or you don't. And
demon
it's like,
season.
Literally has to be.
You got it in you. Like, I believe in you 100%. Without a fucking doubt.
It sounds so weird because you're saying that, but it's literally just walking into the fucking place and getting on a mat.
But it's beyond that.
I know there's levels to the shit, but it's not that big of a deal if you know what I'm saying.
Nah, but it is a big of a deal in a way, as in, it's not the action, it's the mindset that you will find yourself in. I know that when you find that stride of like, this is it. Like when you fucking lock the fuck in, you start choking cunts out, you realise like, I don't know. I just know you can do great things. I fucking see it in you, and I want you to do that.
Word up, brother. YouTube.
Yes, all of us, man. All of us. I fucking. It's legit. It's conversations like this is what gets us there. It's, I've noticed this. Fucking talk about it. I noticed this. Let's talk about it. Let's all talk about our fucking insecurities and how we're not making the mark. Because you know what that does? Puts them right here. Puts them right in front of your face, and you go, "What are you gonna do about it now? Are you gonna procrastinate when shit's pressing on your face? You can't procrastinate when something's in your face. It's right there. Look through it. Pull it apart. Deal with it."
When I was sitting there watching you guys do your fucking class, I was just sitting there. Cunts are coming up to me, being like real friendly and nice. And I was just like, "Fuck, this place is cool."
Yeah.
And then I'm watching your fucking you guys training, and your coach in the middle just kind of sitting there talking and yada yada. I swear to God, every fucking 20 seconds, I'd just look back over at the mat, and your coach would just be looking at me.
He wanted you on the mats.
And then I kind of just looked away and whatnot. And then he walked over 10 minutes left to go, and he kept looking at me and then glancing away, then looking, then glancing, and then looked at me and kind of just went and raised his hand, and I went, "Hey," like that, and he was just and started talking to someone. I was like, this cunt is he's a presence. He's a fucking presence. I don't know what he wants with me, but if he's fucking looking at me, he can sense my inner bitch. I was like, just look at the other fucking people, roll, cunt, oh.
But then you were worried about disturbing the peace. This man was like, "I fucking you with, come over here."
I am the peace. I want you here. Fucking.
Bro, he was dialing. Like, the way he, like, talks to people, he's just, like, he just sees people. Like, when they're doing jiu-jitsu, he's just like, man, calm down. Like, can't wig the fuck out. Like, when the coach is watching them, they have to do technique. They're so worried about, like, doing the technique wrong in front of the coach because they feel like they need to be good at it. They just fucking wig out. And I'm there just like, what? And he's like, man, chill, relax. It's really interesting how people, because it's a martial art and it's combat, how, like, intense people get. Like, they're like, fuck. Like, you don't want to be the bottom of the barrel.
Yeah.
But it's like, you have to be. You have to be like, I know nothing. I am the beginner. Teach me. I know nothing. I'll evaluate it if it's right afterwards. I'm never going to turn down an opportunity to learn, you know?
Yeah.
Balls. How good's that, though? I love just the ability to conversate. So powerful.
Yeah. So good to, like, fucking talk like this as well. Because, like, you flesh out your bitchiness and, like, yeah, you flesh out and like, it's progress towards what you need to do.
Bro, I don't think anyone gets to where they are by themselves.
No way.
Your environment is imperative. It's like, alright, it's being honest and seeing people. Yeah.
Is what it is.
You know what it is? It's like we all want to see each other live up to their potential, and it's so fucked that we can see each other's potential, yet it's hard because you're the one who has to do the potential, you know? And think about how powerful is it when you see someone manifesting their potential. Chris, for instance. Just business moving. Like, he's someone who's manifesting his potential, and I look at him and I look up to that. I go, that is someone I can aspire to follow in their mindset footsteps.
Legit.
You know, so I go, fuck, alright, that's powerful. I can use that, you know? And that's what a healthy environment is.
Because
that ripples into me, that ripples into you, that ripples everywhere. Then if, say, you demon season, you start going at it, I go, holy fuck, Gus is going demon season. I need to be there. You know what I mean? I'm with the boys. If we're going, I'm going with you. Like, if we're all going, all right, we're strapping in, we're spiraling to success. Is this what's happening? Yes. And then we're all at home together. We're doing this, and this. Fuck. That is just the coolest shit ever.
Yeah, bro. Chris is such an inspiration.
How fucked is that? But it's beautiful that we can even say that.
Yeah. Because, I feel like a lot of people just, like, it's like that old saying, fucking, you don't know what you got, like, even when it's right in front of you. Don't even know if that's a saying, but everybody knows what I'm talking about. But, I'm glad that we can recognise that in this group. Because, Chris is such an inspiration, because fucking, I talk this shit, but I have nothing to show for it. And whenever you hear Chris talk about shit, like his business moves, he's actually already putting in the work. Yeah. Like, he's actually, when he's saying it, it's not like, oh, this is my idea. Like, he's actually already made phone calls and he's, like, doing research and, like, connecting dots. And it's like, oh, so you're actually, okay. Yeah.
Like, man is manifesting. Yeah. You know what he's got down, which is, for whatever reason, it's his ADHD. No, that's like giving an excuse to his, like, greatness. But in a way, it's like that ADHD brain is like, it prevents you from like that fucking step back. You know what I mean? In a way,
from, like, taking that break.
It's not taking the break. It's weird to explain. His frequency is movement. As we said, he's an anti-stag. His frequency is a flow of water, right? So if he's not moving, he feels like he's losing. So, but his idea of movement is movement in this external world. When a lot of people contribute movement into, like, virtual world or in different ways. I guess a virtual world is a very, like, common way. But he moves moves externally all the time, always doing shit. And it's like, that is just his baseline operating system. He doesn't have to try and do that. He just exists as that, and that's power. It's powerful because I try and do that. Like, I'm like, fuck, phone call, I gotta ring cunts. I'm like, ugh, antisocial.
Yeah.
But again, triple down on our weaknesses.
Yeah.
Let me make those phone calls. You know, I can have a cold shower and a sauna pretty easily. It goes within my nature. What am I hiding from? I'm like using those weaknesses as very doable, already known, mapped areas of my weaknesses, which I'll probably keep doing them. But it's like, all right, what is the aspect of yourself that you are just detritus? All right, mine would be mine would be like business, and rejection. Yeah, business and rejection. Which business rejection is horrible, but also like social rejection. Not a fan of it. Don't think any of us are. I've never really exposed myself. I want to put in the time. I want to fucking bomb and then get good at it.
So what was it? What is like the detritus in you?
Yeah, well, I don't know what detritus means. I just used it.
It's like fucking debris, basically, like trash.
Oh, is that what detritus means?
I'm pretty sure. Yes, that's what it means.
Alright, what?
I love the fucking word detritus.
Yeah,
like,
it just popped in my head. I think because you say it.
Yeah. Dad says it so much.
I wouldn't say detritus. Like, what are the underdeveloped aspects of my personality?
Underdeveloped aspects. Okay. Yeah, just doing shit.
Movement.
Yeah, movement. That's my biggest one.
I find it hard to maintain motivation with movement. I take 3 steps in a direction and then I go, why the fuck am I even walking this road?
Yeah. Same. Like I did that with like I've still got to install those parts for my fucking Mini that I ordered so long ago. And now fucking it's like, I had the motivation, get in all these parts and then fucking do it. And it's like, I'll get this last part in and then I'll start doing it all. I can just go down there and like spend the $200 for this fucking head unit and then start doing all the shit. But I don't for whatever fucking gay reason. But yeah, movement's my biggest one. But yeah, found out what's wrong with the car.
What's wrong with it?
Like I'm pretty sure the cat's gone in it. The catalytic converter.
Balls.
So like the most expensive parts other than the engine need to be repaired.
That sucks.
It sucks, yeah, because Dad's just like, all right, let's put it on the hoist, and I had it on the hoist, and he's like, the trusty old tool, brings out a mallet and just starts tapping on the exhaust, and then he gets the cat, and it's just like kind of rattling. So I was just doing research on like what I can do to sort of not do anything, but like to clean it and shit. Like if people just
fix it through maintenance.
Yeah, but I think it's beyond that part.
You need like a catback exhaust system replacement.
Not the cat back, but I just need the cat replaced.
Yeah, how much is that?
I'm pretty sure just from the first search, it's like $700. Some were like $1,600.
That sucks.
So unless I can go to like a Wreckers, which I probably won't do.
You could even just cut the cats out and like just put a
Straight wipe the cunt.
yeah.
It's so fucked. It's already so fucking drony in the bloody. But yeah.
The Mini is the greatest omen though. It's such a fucking locked in car.
I know. I love it, but I need to fucking fix it.
Yeah.
So.
Like in a movie, you driving that car, say this was a movie, it's just a great Mini in the Mini. It's like this rally car, but it's also like broken a bit. It's just perfect.
Cut to fucking cop cars.
Yeah.
Fucking and then Fast and Furious vibe cutscenes. Yeah. Oh.
Fast and Furious 10. Keep an eye out, just quietly.
Yeah,
Anyway.
I'll be in there. On the moon in the midi.
That fucking ruined my fucking... Alright, you were going to say a weakness, though. They're fucking moving. You were going to say another weakness, or you just movement,
I guess I'd have to got to think about that. But it's because movement is just my biggest one. It's the one I procrastinate over the fucking most.
Yeah, mine's
all the time.
Yeah, mine's procrastination as well, like in terms of doing assignments and shit. I want to be the guy who starts it the day he gets it and finishes it within the week, over spaced out time. Alright, today I'm going to sit down and do this for an hour. You know what I mean? I want to, and like, I just I read a book today. You know what I mean? Like,
I want to fucking just be doing that, eh? I hear Joe Rogan talking about reading books, and I'm like, fuck.
He audiobooks it though hard.
Yeah,
I've heard.
Even like, just audiobook or reading a book can just be good.
I audiobook hard.
I don't audiobook, but I feel like I need to.
I'll send you an audiobook on Audible. I think you'll froth. Well, what are you interested in? Do you want to like know science? You want fiction? What do you want?
Oh, bro, I could listen to fucking anything. Anything that like.
You want to dial?
Alright.
The Laws of Human Nature.
Is that what you've been listening to when I walk in and that guy's just talking about the most wank shit?
Oh, bro, it is intense. He talks about like your weaknesses, your things, toxic personalities, toxic types, how people interact with each other, psychological analysis of situations, group dynamics.
Yeah, bro.
Everything.
I remember fucking because I've heard you a couple times, and then like the other day when you're making pasta, just whoop-de-woo, fucking making your pasta, and then this cunt's just talking about the toxicities of humans, and then like just making your shit. I'm like, what are you vibing on right now,
bro? He's talking about how Coco Chanel always had like never fit in because she was a tomboyish boy. She was very broad and shit. So she then was constantly trying to find fantasies and shit, and she found fantasies in aristocrats. So eventually she became a mistress of rich men of the time, which was a looked down upon thing, but she got to live the high life. So then she eventually started dressing up in male clothes and making them feminine. So then she empowered women through creating clothing that were like men, which was nothing anyone had ever seen, playing with gender roles. And then because she always dreamed of becoming a fantasy of people, she then harnessed other people's fantasies of becoming more like men and powerful, and she turned that into a business. And she like did like wig out shit, like really unique shit. Like she named her perfume a number, Coco Number, never happened before. And she made it an assortment of flowers that was unrecognizable, so people thought it was magic and mystical, you know. And it's just, you see, and she did this thing, the art of what's it called, appearance and disappearance, when you strategically show yourself and then you draw away to pique people's interests. It's like the whole like how people ghost people, then they get the girl to message him.
Who was saying Michael Jackson did that shit?
I was saying Michael Jackson strategically appeared minimal times, and he got his publicist to leak out stories on his behalf that weren't real, and he would purposely not comment on anything so that people would, Michael Jackson, he was this mystical creature, you know, like that whole appearance and pull away is really interesting. You can get people to just like you by seeing them, making a really good impression. They're not seeing them for ages, and then they remember you, so all that goodness they saw about you becomes venom. It becomes like this fucking like potent view of you.
Yeah.
Then you see him again, give him a good side, withdrawal.
Michael Jackson was a fucking beast to be reckoned with, bro. Like, I watched like a little clip on him, and it was actually just like people getting fucked over in the music industry. And Eminem like made a couple just disses on him, like whether that be through a music video or something. Yeah. And Michael Jackson commented on it and was like, I liked Eminem, but for him to do that, it's just so like mean and disrespectful. Like, and then he just goes and buys all his catalogs, so M&M isn't making any money off it, and he's making all the money.
Yeah, Michael Jackson. Just
imagine that. Just you made this.
Interesting guy. Very odd.
There's never going to be another human like him.
No, I don't think anyone can get that famous again.
No fucking way.
The world's too diverse now. Too separated.
Because everybody's like so connected.
Yeah. All right. Well, I wanted to say this, right? What's it called? I did that 0.9 grams of shrooms, right? And I had a weird realization. You know, I have this fear of going insane, right? That is like my main fear that I wig the fuck out about when I start going like in places in my head. And it's like I get this continuous feeling when I'm on a substance or something that I'm gonna go insane and my mind's gonna take me insane, right? And so then I feel this like wave of like these events that go boom, 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 that build up to a circumstance that would go, shit's about to fucking snap, right? And then, shit's about to go real weak. Like this is like the make or break point where reality will crack and shit's gonna change, right? And every time I get to that point, like when I'm wigging the fuck out, I go, oh, I get scared and I get fearful and I turn away and I shun to it and I don't allow it to fucking happen. Example, but slowly but surely over this time, I'm getting closer and closer to staying calm and going, okay, this is happening. Okay, it's happening. Okay, this is weird. Okay, this is it. It's going, oh. And then last second, but I keep getting, it's like my brain is slowly but surely desensitizing myself to it and I'm slowly building it up. It's like, it's two things. I'll come to it at the end. So in Spider-Man, we're watching Spider-Man, what's it called? Far From Home?
Yeah. Oh wait, No Way Home.
No, Far From Home, when we were just chilling here.
Right.
And when the fucking simulation goes down,
The simulation goes
down. When they're in Europe and he just gives him the glasses. Yeah. All the simulation goes down, and then the motherfucker just stares into the camera and just stares at you for like a solid 5 seconds straight, and then his facial expression changed, and I was a bit on shrooms. I thought this motherfucker was looking at me, like into my soul, and I was just like,
the evil.
Yeah, Mysterio, right? He's looking at me, and I go, is this when it happens? Is this guy gonna be like, ah? You figured it out. You know what I mean? I'm like, I was watching it. I'm like, oh, the Matrix is like breaking down. I'm like, is my reality the Matrix? Is my reality breaking down? And then the eyes was held. What's up, brother? Hello. And then, right. So as this is happening, I'm like, okay, is my reality breaking down? And then he just looks into the camera a little bit longer. And then all of a sudden, oh my God, he's looking at me. And then I go, I broke it last second. And then he goes, ha ha ha. And the movie goes on. I'm like, is me like pulling away? Is me pulling away? It's either one of two things, right? If my reality will break, I will need to I would need to mentally be able to face that in order for it to happen. Like my brain goes, he's not ready yet. Right? It's either that or that fear is keeping me in the hole of that irrational fear. So I need to, next time it happens, it's going to have to, it's big, it's like a weird thing. It's like there's two polar opposites. I need to somehow unify these opposites. I don't know how to unify these opposites because it's a very intense thing. It's either face this fear and your reality will break, or face this fear and show yourself that it was a delusional fear and that'll just... That fucking fear of going insane, it's gone because I've just faced it. But I have to weigh up... My reality could snap.
So you reckon if you... When he was staring at you...
If I had held the stare...
And he just carried on, do you reckon you would have been like...
Yeah, I would have been like, oh my God, it's not real. Okay, I'm fine. And then that fear of going insane would have just exit my brain.
The fact that like all these like things, like it was literally the butterfly effect. All those little things to the time of you taking fucking shrooms to that point.
It all lines up like that. It's
and
weird.
And then this very last second where you're about to fucking it's make or break, you turn away and he goes, oh yeah.
Yeah. Very last second.
It just sounds like a fucking.
Oh my lord.
What is that? Send that.
Yeah, bro. It was the very last second. I remember I felt myself. Oh, that's beautiful. Look at the texture on this fucker.
It's a moon, bro.
Oh my lord.
Yes.
Nice artwork.
Ooh.
You ready?
Hey, you like the
Yeah, that's
recycled?
fucking
You like the
nice.
recycled thing? Thanks, bro. Fucking allow it.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. That's fat as fuck.
That is fat as fuck, but Kevin, you fucking. I
What?
don't know if that's fucking the camera setting. I mean, it doesn't really give a fuck.
Is it G?
Mate, what if it just goes very dark 30 on this shit?
Brian.
Ooh. You just see it fucking fall. Sorry. Not fuck. All the switches.
The storage light's on. We gotta make sure we turn that off. We gotta be paying electricity bills. Our bill for the quarter was like $500, so we're chilling. We can easily afford to live here.
That's what I didn't. Yeah.
We need to pay that, by the way. We need to
I've
like.
already paid that.
I haven't paid that. So wait,
wait. The water bill.
So I need to chuck it in the Chuck account. Hey, like the group account.
Yeah, that's what I did.
I need to do it now.
I need to pay the water bill. Water. 100.
Nothing. It's
Nothing.
literally piss. We should like fill up water bottles full of it and just sell it. Anyway.
Yes.
Right? Yeah, but legit, the butterfly effect. It's like when that shit happens, it's like I took those mushrooms for a reason to have that event, to train my brain to have that realization for the next time I'm either going to face it or not.
You know
And
what?
I don't know.
You know what fucks me with that?
What?
It's like, is that when that happens to, like, when that was happening to me, is that just the simulation, like, preparing me?
That's exactly what I
and
think.
then-
It's exactly what I think. Is this a simulation training my brain in order for me to feel a destiny in the future?
Yeah.
And then you go, calm down. And they go, yeah.
You're not the chosen one.
Yes, exactly. That's why I freak the fuck out about it. I'm like, I tell myself so hard. I'm like, because we think about this shit so much more than the average person, so we're so much more at risk of going crazy by it.
That's the one thing about shrooms. Like, I like doing them, but it's just that, am I gonna fucking fall into the, this world is like mine.
Yeah. Well, I go, the reason why the fear is so intense when that shit happens, right? I go into like a deep contemplation of what the reality would be if the reality snapped at that moment. Not like I lose myself in my mind, right? Not in that respect. In that, well done, you figured it out, or some bullshit like that. And I go, my whole life is different. Like, you no longer live in the same world you lived in that moments before. So I have to contemplate that me holding the gaze at that TV is hedging my bets that that's not going to happen. And I'm not sure that that's not going to happen. I'm not confident that I know that that's how the world works, is the way I think it works now. I think the world is so much more complicated than I can ever perceive. And me taking that risk, it feels inevitable, but I'm afraid of what door, the 50-50 chance that could open up. But if it doesn't open up anything, I'm extremely chilling, and I fucking stabilize a part of my fears that have like been controlling me intensely. And it's like, oh my god, it's a big fucking like step. But I don't want to live. I don't like that fear controlling me. I feel like I'm gonna face it. Like, it's just part of my fucking journey.
Yeah. Are you like wigging out right now? Like, have you been wigging out since?
No, it's only on shit like that. So that shit always coincides with weed or it always coincides with a substance that I take.
Yeah.
Which is why I haven't been taking any substances. Like, I thought that 0.9 wasn't going to be doing much. It didn't really do much. It just, for whatever reason, just lined up with that little fucking, oh my God. And then a couple of days later, I had that realization. I put all that shit together. That shit didn't happen instantly. I legit wigged the fuck out about, oh my God, this could be a simulation. And I'm like, oh, maybe my brain is training me to fucking handle that and stay calm in that situation. Because just before I looked away, I went, all right, what's this? And then I went, no, it's too much. And I pulled away. Because in a split second, your brain tells you 1,000 things and goes, your whole life is going to change that. I'm not ready for that. I'm not ready to... But for whatever reason, I found myself in this pit of that is the contemplation of my mind. Like, how stupid is this life? How complicated. There's no need. There's no need for it.
Bro, that would be such a spectacle to... Imagine if, like, yeah, you reach that state and then you, like, coil away. Like, in that moment, if I was you...
And then he goes, you're a bitch. And I go, oh!
In that moment, if that was to fucking happen to me, and then, like, I go, turn away, and then the shit continues, I'd be like, oh! What does that fucking mean?
What
shit
continues?
Because the fact that you held the gaze...
Yeah.
And then you...
Pulled away, then he pulled away.
Like, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
And then him continuing, that would just, like, almost confirm it in my head. I'd just be like, oh my God.
Because, yeah, I can't confirm it in my head because I'm, like, trying to hold down.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's just interesting that as soon as I looked away, I held it for, it freaks you out. It's like, oh, it's a delusional. Am I having a mental fucking breakdown? You know what I mean? It's complicated. That's why I see a psychologist, and I'll probably tell her about this, which would be very important, I think. I haven't spoken to her about that particular pattern of my mind, but...
Have you talked to her about psychedelics?
Yeah.
Okay.
And
like your use of them, or just...
Yeah, I've spoken to my use of them, what I've learned about it. I really told her about my fear of going insane. I probably will, and it'll probably tie into, like, my dreams and shit. I do dream analysis, a Jungian analysis.
That'll be interesting to hear what she has to say about that.
Well, she views psychedelic experiences through the lens of a Jungian analysis, which is like a Jungian analysis. So, you know, like the analysis I'm doing on my dreams, or the symbols and shit. She views the symbols through that same thing because she thinks that, well, I'd assume, I'm speculating of what her beliefs would be, but the psychedelic realm is the realm of the unconscious mind, which I don't think is too far from the truth. I think whatever the unconscious mind is very similar to the dream world. So she views them, she treats them as the same thing. She's like analyzing a psychedelic experience. She'll view it through the lens of as if she was interpreting a dream of mine. Which I agree with that. I think that's rational. In an irrational way.
You know what's weird?
What?
Imagine if, like, the Matrix isn't the Matrix yet. Like, we're building the Matrix currently.
Yeah, like being drawn back from the past to create it in the future.
Not necessarily, but like how all these fucking VR worlds are getting made, like Facebook's making that world.
Metaverse.
And like the whole shit. Like that, I talked about it before, that Black Mirror episode, and fucking how they just put a thing on the side of their head and they just fucking get sucked into this reality that they can be in. It's like, will like that eventually become reality, where people do just get sucked into this world and then just won't come out of reality, or come back to reality and just live in there.
Well, are we in a world right now and we're going to come out of reality when we die? I'm so keen to die. I'm so, like, excited in a way. I'm not, you know, as I've said 1,000 times, I'm not in a hurry to get there, but like, holy fuck, it's going to be cool.
Yeah. I just want to at least have done some shit first.
Yeah. We have this life, may as well use it. There's no point wasting it.
But at the same time, that's something weird as well. Whenever I talk to myself at work or whatnot, or I'm in my head, and I think about, like, I'll just be in my head playing a character.
I just want to make sure it's still going.
Yeah.
Both.
Yeah.
In your head playing a character?
Playing a character. and fuck, I had it.
Something that you contemplate to yourself when you're in your head playing a character. Something about what I said just before, which was what was I talking about just before? Matrix, creating our own matrix, but joining into a fucking realm that isn't here.
Yeah,
Death.
Yeah, when I'm just in my head, I'll just be. Yeah, whenever I'm like thinking about the shit that I can do or could do, and I just go, oh yeah, living that life would be sick, and then I go, and if I die today or tomorrow, fucking, I guess that's Odin's choice.
Yes.
Yes.
Like you get halfway through to your destiny and you can die.
Yeah.
And it's like it is.
Or
what it
even
is.
way before it.
But that's not your choice, so it's like why worry about
Because
it?
that wasn't your destiny. That's your destiny right there.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, fucking.
Well, what's it called? I was watching this thing, right, and they're explaining like human cognition, right? And they're saying that humans struggle to see like potential bad things due to the intense variabilities of this like world. So because like every action I do now, which is the present, which is definitely going to happen, there's like this massive tree that splits off into all the variables. And so like say smoking, for example, you smoke and because the variables are so far down the line, it leads to death, right? But you're not necessarily gonna die from that smoking, right? So people have a hard time connecting them currently smoking to the death because the death is so far away and there's so many variables that can happen before you get there, and it sort of prevents us from properly seeing the threat of it. But then there's a thing where at the end of all of those variables is death.
Yeah.
And because that is the destination beyond all variables, people fixate on it because it is the known fact of our existence that we will die. And that's why people freak out. They won't freak out about dying to a cigarette because there's so many variables that they could make them die. They freak out on the fact of dying. You know? I don't know where I'm going with that. It was just a fucking interesting observation. That the fact that we are gonna die, like we are all. I can't even contemplate that thoroughly enough for it to really sink into me that I will not exist. Like at least in this respect, it could happen anytime.
Yeah, like people think. I feel like people when they talk about the future, like 30,000 years from now, they're not even thinking about dying. They're just like, I'll be there in 30,000 years, seeing this cool shit.
Because they're imagining what it's going to look like.
Yeah.
It's like, no, it should be black. You don't know what it's going to look like.
Fuck.
Well, we can contemplate the void. Contemplate the feeling. Put yourself like, because you can't think about this. You have to feel this, and you catch it in glimmers of being so dead you don't even know you're dead. It's like, it's just, you know, it's intense.
Yeah.
Just nothing there.
That's why it's so feared, because it is the most unknown thing.
Yeah.
Like a black hole, sure, that's interesting. Like, that's really sick. Like that could be another universe on the other side of that. Nobody fucking knows for sure. Just like death. Like when I was on the phone to you this arvo, and fucking you had that, like, it sounded like you were speaking through one of those alien things.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, when I was there, like when I got home and whatnot, because of like the whole we've been talking about, there's a presence in the house.
Yeah.
I open the door, it's all dark, and I'm like, fuck. Is this where I just see something out of the corner of my eye, and I'm alone, and I'm there washing my hands at the sink, and I'm talking to you, and whenever I'm alone, I just feel like, and I can see the reflection off the window, and I can see doorways and entrances, and I'm like, am I about to see something standing there or whatnot? And then I just hear your voice go all alienated. Like, is that something just like passing through the phone right now? Or just like, What is that?
Yeah.
What are ghosts?
Literally.
Like, explain ghosts.
I've never seen a ghost, so I can't say they exist. I've never seen one.
That is very true. I mean, I've had experiences where I've felt shit.
Yeah, but
That could be the body exerting shit somehow on me, but it just feels like...
like if I see a ghost, I'm not gonna like hesitate to say, yeah, ghosts are real. But I'm not gonna like say a feeling is a ghost. It could just be my mind. What was I gonna say?
Talking about death.
Death.
Ultimate
The void.
Where do you go? Talking about getting here. It's all dark.
And that was
Talking
before
about
that.
my phone. Not before that.
No, it was about the void. Oh, I was braining about it. I had like this. I had this thought about
It's intense.
it. It is intense, isn't it? I was listening to I forget this guy's name every time, and yet I listen to him so much. Man.
Is it old mate you on the audiobook?
No, it's the British guy, Alan Watts. You know Alan Watts?
Probably not.
He has this beautiful English voice, right? And he was talking about, he's like, just think about this. He's like, the view of yourself, as the ego, it is a constant muscular strain of the mind that has no purpose. And I was just like, pricked my ears up. He's like, you're born. It's okay, and when you lay it out so broadly, right? So the Big Bang happens. Shit flies out of nothing, essentially, or from the tiniest point imaginable, bursts across time and space over billions and billions and trillions of years. Things spin in the air, collect with gravity, planets are created, planets combined, then within our solar system, our sun burns to a point, then our two planets collide, boom, creates a moon in order to create orbit and tidal currencies. Water is formed, the earth cools, water is formed, vegetation grows, life grows, then a living organism that moves itself grows. Then evolution happens to a point where we are currently existing and we have nearly popped out of the universe. And then we're born out of that into a society that tells us that we are this. We are you. You are a Harry. You have all these ties of your parents telling you who you are, your friends projecting who you are, your title, your ethnicity, your culture. All these things are figments. They're not real, and yet they immerse us and bind us to an aspect that we think is who we are. We are just a blip on a radar that is imagining what we are. Because what we are is just the process of evolution to this point, literally from the universe. We are a creature that is made from the universe, made from stars over trillions of years, that is literally witnessing the universe as everything else. And it's like to view yourself as an ego, as separate, is what's the value? You are me. You are the universe that has been born into a creature, just like any other cow, just like any other pig, from the universe through processes that are beyond our understanding. You have rolled out of that and become an animal, a creature with a mind that is consciously wise enough to see the world and to think about it. And through no fault of your own, you've been born into a system that tells you you are not that, which you are. Baseline, you're that. And then they stack a whole bunch of shit on top of us, tell us we're not that. So then when I can sit here and think, I am the universe's fruit, simply existing on this planet as a piece of gelatin mixed through it all, and I'm here just to live. The idea of me as a Harry Stretton, it's like when you see yourself as an animal that a soul is viewing through, you know. It just, I don't know. I think it's quite like profound. I still haven't like shredded like the ego. I don't think that's possible for myself at the moment. But I can look at you, and you're looking back at me. But it's like you are me. You know what I mean?
You elaborate.
Okay. The universe, right, just happened. And through the universe has created a whole millions and millions of creatures that have all evolved equally. And through all that evolution, humans have come. And what is the process of that? It is the process of development of the universe. The universe itself, this whole thing, has created all of these humans. And we are simply one of them. We are not separate. We're one of the same process that has got us to this point. So it's like you literally are me. We're the same universe. We're one thing that just tricks ourselves into thinking we're not. That's it. It's very simple, but it's like, for whatever reason, it's not. And then it makes like falling in love with someone a little bit weird, because you're like, so this is me, very deeply me. It's literally me, but it's a different aspect of me.
It's the same, but like shaped different. Yeah,
but what the ego does is it creates a barrier on what you are. It creates a very tight line on the literal infinite possibilities of a universal consciousness. The ego creates a prison cell of your potentiality of this human, due to your parents telling you what you need to be, due to the society boxing you into a certain pedigree or a condition. And it sort of creates an invisible wall around your mind that keeps you trapped within a certain trajectory of your life. And if you can go, these are just imaginary walls. And then I think I will definitely need to do is to strip myself from those walls. So I want to exit this paradigm I'm in by removing myself from all of the tentacles and all of the nets that I'm interconnected with you as my friend, Chris as my friend, all the boys as my friends, my parents' influences on my life right now, my siblings' influences on life, my culture, my country. I want to just pick this human being up, put them in a completely independent environment, separate from all that shit, and see who I am there. Because that's how I get a real evaluation of what I really am.
How are you going to do that?
I'll just go, I think I'm going to just go travel and just fucking find myself alone somewhere. See what happens. I think I need to do that.
Yeah. In a way, that like, let's say you go do that, and a lot of people do that, but I think it's more they're just like, whenever anybody explains that kind of thing, it's a very elaborate kind of explanation.
Like that was.
Not elaborate, fucking brief explanation, sorry. Complete opposite. They're just like, I don't know, it's like my calling just to go do it, you know, I just feel it. But no, I feel like, well, from anyone that I've heard, you're the only one that's said, like, gone that deep with that shit. Like, that's how I'm gonna, like, that is how I will find myself, and that's how I need to do it. And yada yada, and you've like explained the steps. Like that actually is your calling.
Yeah, I think definitely. I think I'm gonna tell myself I'm gonna do uni next year, but I think the first opportunity I can, I'm gonna grab all my savings and whoosh, I'm gonna go.
You're just gonna dip. That's gonna be sick.
Fuck off to another country. Just fucking
I've legit
go.
for like a full year, I was just trapped in a not trapped, but like always in this mindset of just fucking off, and like whether it be going into, I don't know, the military or fucking somewhere, or just being isolated from everyone I know currently, coming back like years later and seeing them, but like it was very selfish. It was like a fucking, what do they think about me? How have I changed? Like, kind of deal. But
it's the same aspect, just a different. It's the same thing. It's just it's a very similar thought though. In terms
similar
of,
thought, but
it's selfish for me to go up and focus on myself. It's the
no, it's not.
selfish is the definition of focusing on yourself.
Well,
It's not necessarily
selfish,
bad.
but not bad selfish.
No.
It's a fucking good selfish.
Because I'm the one in this body.
Yeah.
I put myself first. I haven't got a responsibility to take care of people yet. I'm gonna take advantage of that, because when I need to take care of people, I got a girlfriend and a wife and a fucking family.
That's gonna be the weirdest shit.
Can't be doing that.
That's gonna be the weirdest shit when you do. Because like the first fucking knee-jerk question is, when are you gonna be back? But that's a thing that you can't really know.
I don't want to plan that.
Exactly. So
And
I'm never gonna answer that question. It's just gonna be like. I
And-
wouldn't even want to message you just to like.
You know what's
let you be
interesting?
on your fucking
You know what's
track.
interesting? I was thinking of like, Matt loves calling. I'm like, will Matt want to call?
Oh, definitely. He'd
And I'd be like-
where are you, bro?
and I'd be like,
yeah.
Don't call me. Like,
I would-
in a way, you know what I mean? It's just like,
I
I
would
don't
want
want
to-
anyone to talk to
Yeah,
me.
I would want to be like, where are you? Like,
I'm
what are you
here, I'm
experiencing?
gone. Don't worry
Like,
about me.
like legit. If I hear from you, I'll hear from you.
Yeah, like, you know what I mean?
Whether you fucking on the news dead, fucking,
Yeah.
or just some rock star in another country, I'll hear from you that way.
Yeah. So you see, it all comes to a head with these things.
God forbid you're on the news dead.
If that is the way, if that's what Odin
That's
decides,
what Odin decides. That's what Odin decides.
balls,
But-
man. But like, I hope you don't die earlier. But at least I'm doing what I want to do.
Yeah.
That's the die doing what you love. That's all you can be doing.
Yeah.
But there's also that part of like, I'm the main character, so I'm not gonna die. There's also that bullshit which allows you to even take that step. You know what I mean? That prevents people with that fear. That stops that fear. So it is useful in a way. Yeah. Fuck. Yeah, it all comes to a head, right? So it's like, am I willing to do that? Is that the thing that I'm willing to do, in which I would have to reorientate most aspects of my entire life to achieve? Yes.
Definitely. That's a big step.
I think, but the bigger the step, the more of the, like, I'm literally picking myself, I'm putting myself in chaos. Like, it's not going to be fun the whole time. You know, it's going to be weird.
No way,
it's going to be
it's
some
gonna be-
fucked. It's going to be fucked in a way.
As much as like people are gonna like, you can look at that from an outside view and be like, oh, you're just gonna be bludgeon fucking hiking, like getting all these lifts and whatnot for where you need to go, or like just trying to experience the world and whatnot. Like, done it again, bro.
What? Forgot.
Yeah,
Allowed.
on that fucking track.
Just trust that it'll come back. It's crazy you can't control memory.
Yeah.
You have to just allow that fucker to exist like its own being.
Yeah, Wizzy fucking Wazzy. I know what I was gonna fucking say, but it's gone. Yeah, you'll be right.
Yeah, it will be. And I think it'd be beautiful if, when I come back, all the boys, like, oh my god, it'd be so fucking gorgeous.
Yeah, it'll be fucking sick. But that's the thing. That's where I go, am I gonna lose a friend because he's just gonna not know, not even not know when to stop, but just be so one foot in front of the other in this whole cycle to like find yourself, which is like, you go do that.
It's not find yourself. I guess it is finding yourself. Yeah, it's like exactly. You're gonna lose track of time. Are you gonna just go? I'm enjoying where I am right now. Let me just stay here for a bit, and then 2 years go by. You know what I mean? That'd be fucked. Could you imagine? Harry's just gone, man. Like he's just not coming back. I would. I think I'd definitely come back. I have a great foundation here.
Yeah. Bro.
But you boys would surely be coming over.
The one thing, but
What?
I'm gonna have to carry this podcast.
Oh, yep. No. But you see, that's the thing. Okay, we gotta weigh these things up. It's like, fuck, am I really gonna jeopardize the podcast? Yes, that's just the fact of it. You know what I mean?
Do it and we'll come back to it.
Literally, there's so much to talk about.
Legit.
Mm.
Yeah.
This podcast is flow. This podcast is. That's the purity of it. It's what we do, and it is for the pure enjoyment of it.
Mm.
And it is literally. Are you gonna put the experience of documenting experiences on a podcast in front of going out and doing experiences?
That's when it could fucking blow up, bro. Have all those interesting stories and shit.
Mm.
But alas, it could also just flop.
Alas,
And we'd just still be talking.
alas, the podcast does not need to blow up. It has. If that is not our destiny, good, because we're doing better shit.
Mm.
You know, none of the boys in this house are gonna be living. What a wank thing to say, but none of the boys in this house and around us are gonna be living a normal life. It's not. It's just not our destiny.
Mm.
And that's such a fucking big thing to say. But I got a feeling. I've got so many feelings wrong though, but I got a feeling.
Mm. Yeah, fucking. Yeah, if you were to up and leave right now and just. I'm gone. That would be a fucking. That'd be a shock for me. Because as much as I'd be like, alright, cool, you do that, you go fucking do your shit. That'd be like a pillar being removed from my mental. Because, like, I can lean on you a lot because of, like I was talking earlier, your structuredness, and I can observe that, and it gives me motivation.
Yeah.
And then that would just force me to reconstruct this fucking
be great
pillar and be like, alright, I need to stand on my own 2 feet, like, properly. That would make me more independent.
Literally. I firmly believe that if whatever I'm doing in the best interest of myself in a positive aspect, it will have the great ripple effect on everyone else around me. Literally, just that even you just contemplating that quickly, you're like, oh, I'd become a more independent person. Not the fact that you can't do it now, but an environmental change would obviously force that more intensely on you.
Yes.
That's a great thing. You know? And you come back, I come back to a more independent fucking Angus. I'm like, holy fuck.
And then I like...
And then you're out structuring me.
Enlightened Harry.
No, don't say that. You can't be saying
I can't be saying that.
No.
If you're traveling the fucking world and experiencing all these interactions with different people, all walks of life,
yeah.
like,
You know where I'm
you
thinking?
would be a more enlightened human being.
You know where I'm thinking of starting? Vietnam. I'm thinking that's the fucking omen. It's just it seems like just a fucking sick place. Vietnam, Borneo maybe. Boys meet up in Borneo. Imagine that. We're so due for a Borneo
When
trip.
you come back here, would you just come back here?
What do you
Or
mean
would
come back?
fucking just come back to Australia. Oh, where's Harry's back in Australia? Yeah, he's out in the fucking middle of Australia.
No, come back here.
Just chill.
My whole-
Surely you'd have to like send out somewhere in Australia.
That'd be sick. We should do that over these holidays.
I've only got like 10 days, which I don't even think is 10 days.
You were down in Narooma today
Yes.
and drove all the way back up.
Yes.
What'd you do down there?
Literally fucking drove down there. Had a fucking dart and a coffee with Dad. Unloaded the fucking buggy and the motorbike. Packed that shit away. Tried taking off the little canopy on the fucking buggy. We said fuck it. Parked it around the side and drove back.
Are you going down there like in a couple of days?
Yep.
Why didn't you just wait till then?
Because we're not taking the truck. And that's how the buggy was.
That was your day at work?
Yeah.
That's pretty chill. Listen to some David Goggins, I think. Did you? No.
The whole fucking rest of the whole trip down, not a single thing came out of the speakers. Just silence.
Was that shitty truck?
No.
No?
It's a new one. I just couldn't be fucked to try and connect my phone.
Serenity.
So yeah, I fell asleep a couple times, but.
Wait, you weren't driving?
I drove. It was at half. Yeah.
And that was your work day, was it?
Yeah.
That's pretty chill.
Fuck traffic, but.
What, down there? Oh, because everyone's heading down.
I'm going back up, even at 12 o'clock.
Back up, really? That's weird. You'd think everyone would be going down now.
But could be the people who are down here going up there.
Yeah.
Or down there going up here, or whatever.
I'm on holidays, and it's fucking hard to believe.
You're on holidays?
Yeah, I just finished today.
Down on my hair, son.
So I can finally hang out with the boys. I've been going to bed at like 9 o'clock all week, and it's just like, fuck, I'm missing just the fucking vibe.
It was like yesterday, got back at 8. Fucking had a shower. Gamed a little bit. Got my dinner. Sat down there, ate my dinner. And then just went to bed. I was like, fuck. I want to talk.
You want to like live your life outside of work.
But I've got to stop being like late to work, and I've got to fucking work. I've got to make that the priority. Which is a struggle for me.
What, work is a priority?
Yeah. Because I want to make this the priority. Like talking with my mates and just having a blast. But obviously everybody knows you got to put like the shit that's going to, set your foundation first.
Well, what do you see you doing with work? Are you going to stay there and like what do you see yourself doing work-wise? What do you see yourself in 10 years? Are you going to be doing this job in 10 years or?
It could be.
Yeah.
Like as much as I've said like I don't see myself doing this forever.
Then don't.
Hey?
Then don't.
Well, that's the thing. Like, I could be here another 10 years. But at the end of that,
do you want to? Is there better shit to do?
Hey?
Is there better shit you can imagine yourself doing that you'd rather do?
Not really. As of yet.
Yeah, as of yet. But you gotta
like that fucking like
chase
shit like that.
Yeah, open the doors and shit. Yeah.
Until you fucking do it for 10 years.
Yeah.
So, yeah, like
Angus Munro, the black belt jiu-jitsu with his own gym. Holy fuck.
Yeah. Fucking 9th Planet Fitness.
Yeah.
Off Eddie Bravo.
8th Planet, bro.
Yeah. 8th Planet Fitness.
Your tattoo looks good.
Yeah, it's just about the last of the scabbing by the looks of it. Looks a bit crinkly, but it'll get there.
Yeah, mine's coming good.
Yeah, I was gonna fucking say.
Scab gets smaller every day.
Fuck, yeah, that's 10 times better than the last time.
Yeah, it's no longer fucked.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah. What about that? 8's completely healed, hey?
Yeah, it didn't even scab.
Ago, hey?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna do it again, bro. I bought a bunch of new needles as well. They're coming. They're from China. I got a thicker liner needle, so they'll be better thingos.
Fucking oath. That'll be good.
I'm gonna do some more tattoos for people. I'm gonna try and just get as many people in here as much as possible and just fucking tattoo.
Fucking oath. We should get some like stencils and shit as well.
Yeah.
Or like the stencil paper.
Yes, we definitely should be doing that. I'm gonna look into it because I want to like be the guy who tattoos people. Like that's such a cool fucking thing to do.
Yeah, I'd let you fucking tattoo some random shit on.
Yeah. I got Finn. I'm doing Finn. I'm doing him an alien. Oh, I'll show you.
You're drawing that up now?
I already drew it up.
You've drawn it up?
I think I sent it to him.
Oh, what did he say? Because he told me about it, and I was like, that is going to be fucking hard for somebody who doesn't tattoo.
Did you show him? Did he show you?
No, because I just talked about it when you guys first brought it up.
Oh, I don't think I've got a photo. It's in my book. Let me grab it real quick. I'll show you exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to obviously get it a little bit more clean, but the design is done.
Fucking oath. Boost. Sorry. On the phone. Fuck.
That's G though.
Yeah, oh yeah, it had like 150, like 150 an hour, 50 or something on it.
That one there. It's an alien holding a mushroom as the key.
I thought that was like
Nah.
attached to it. Ooh.
It's pretty smooth, hey, with the arms in there with the mushroom.
Yeah.
I obviously try and get it better, but I like the style. I like this.
That's a.
That was like an option as well. I'd tattoo that on you, mate.
Yeah.
How sick would that be?
Sick.
Just, I'll do that for you if you want.
Fucking oath. Yeah. I don't know where I'd get those tattoos, but hey. I think I just have to allow it and fucking.
Hey?
I think I just have to allow it.
Yeah.
And just start putting random spots on the body.
I'm just gonna try and just when we get people over here for podcasts, we should be like, you know, tattoo cuz. Should get some. I'll try and get some more guests. Hey. I got Emma Stratton. She wants to come on the podcast, which would be good. She's fucking likes talking about science and shit, so real chatty. So that'll be good.
No joy?
No, Emma Stratton, not Emma Gatt.
Oh,
her
fuck.
friend.
Yeah, right. Fucking oath.
So we can get them. We'll get Zemet back on. Get MC back on.
Get the fucking Zam.
Any of the boys, obviously, around here back on.
Yeah, fucking oath.
We need a Zam on. Zam's a good vibe.
Yeah. Zam, you're gonna help us explode.
And we need the females too. We need some more females. That's why. And we'll be good. Yeah, I'm not a diversified female guy, so I need to fucking
Neither am I.
make some more
my
friends.
girlfriend, my mother.
Yeah. We got Ricky and Alistair. They want to come on as well. We should get them on.
Yeah.
They barely come around here anyway. It'd be nice to fucking show them around as well.
Well, I've showed them around. Alice's been around a couple of times.
Yeah.
I've even said, if you want to come around for a cup of tea, come around.
Yeah. They feel like because we're living here. I think family members feel a bit weird coming over.
Yeah.
Which is kind of good as well. You don't want to just like showing up all the time.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Fucking oath, I'd be like, get back to your house.
Yeah.
This is my house.
Yeah, anyway, we've got some fucking good people coming up on the podcast.
Fucking oath. Wait, so is there... Wait, oh, it'd probably be after fucking
Christmas and shit.
break.
Yeah.
Then, is she going to be the first guest?
No, I think the next one might be Batty, because Batty's... I'm going at... We'll do Batty again, that'd be great. Because I'm doing New Year's with Batty. We're doing something. I don't know, we're doing something, because we just need to do...
History.
I don't know. We don't know what we want to do yet. Nothing's organised here. Batty ring me. He said, I got a present for you.
It's either when it's a fucking good, memorable night, or just a fucking...
No, we're going to have to organise something. We're thinking about going Cronulla or something. Matt's at a party.
If you're out in Cronulla, Matt will probably be like, yeah, let's fucking go, cunt.
I just don't want to do nothing. And I'm meant to be going to a party with Batty that night. We're not sure if that'll get postponed because of Corona and shit. And then
I think
probably...
Musk is coming back.
Really?
Yeah.
Balls, man.
I mean, fair enough.
Watch lockdown happen again.
Yeah.
Imagine, man. That's going to be... And I'd like to say that people won't go back inside, but they will.
Yeah.
They've been conditioned. It's a conditioned response now. Humans are fucking manipulatable. There's my position already exposed in the way I said that. Anyway, meant to stay non-biased.
Yeah, I was talking to my dad today in the truck about it. And like, I forget what the beginning of it, but ended up throwing Joe Rogan's name in there, and I was like, well, he fucking said he wasn't getting the vaccine, and then he got COVID, and then he took like all these supplements and vitamins, and like just stayed on top of his health.
Yeah, all meds and shit.
And like he was good in like 3 days. And Dad just said, well, I don't trust like that. He was like, he immediately said, what's his background? And I said, well, he's a comedian actor. And he went, comedian actor. That's right. I don't fucking trust people like that. They don't know what they're fucking talking about. And I was like, well, he's had various like scientists and like doctors, many people who have like
Credentials.
on that he's been informed by. And he's like, well, on top of that, how privileged is he? He has all these fucking millions of dollars that he can like stay in, so he can have all these vitamins and stuff like that and stay on top of his health. What about all the people who aren't in or millions of people who are in positions that are like shit? Like, what are they gonna do? They have to get the vaccine. And I was like, that's a valid point, but it's just a back and forth thing again. Like, people deserve to have the choice, but it's like being forced upon them.
Yeah.
And he's just like, it's the way. Like, it's how we move as a society. And he was bringing up all these really good points. I'm like, look, it's just it's you have to like be interested in like the dark side of it to have all those points as well. Like, not to get it.
Yeah, and also defending Joe Rogan's point of view on behalf of him to someone is so much harder as well. I had to do the same thing. I was just like, I come home, hear Joe Rogan talk horse medication, and then you're like, horse dewormer, and you're like, it's not horse dewormer. It's a highly studied, very safe, prescribed medication used for over 6 decades.
Yeah, like
that
it's
has,
used in a lot of shit that helps humans currently.
Yeah, that is used all over the world in emergency use to treat coronavirus due to antiviral properties. Just the same mechanism that has allowed the vaccines to be used. So I don't know why we're politicizing a medication. Just that in itself, the fact that that was politicized, the fact that there is an agenda to demonize anything that isn't a vaccine.
That's what I was
Red
saying.
flag, motherfucker!
That's what I was trying to say to him.
That's all.
Like,
That's it. You don't need to go any deeper than that for me. That's it. There's an agenda. You're telling me I have to do something when there's just as, you know?
Yeah, well, that's what I was trying to say to him. I was like, well, if there's also like medicines that can help people fight this, like, why the fuck is there so much of a like push to just take this vaccine instead of trying all this other stuff?
Magnesium, vitamin C, vitamin D, zinc, quercetin, NAD. All these supplements. NAD, a drug used for over 6 decades as well, just in 2020 got taken off the over-the-counter and made a prescription medication by the FDA in America, preventing major use of it across America. Why? This thing has been over-the-counter, a very common, well-studied, safe drug used for many different things for over 6 decades, and in 2020, at the start of coronavirus, no. Same as, not in America, it's not over the counter. Same as quercetin. They're going, hey, quercetin, this thing's dangerous, taken off the market. Same as hydroxychloroquine. This thing is dangerous. In Australia, doctors can get in serious trouble for subscribing hydroxychloroquine to their patients, but it's a well-studied, approved drug to use against viruses. And in reasonable doses, it's not going to harm anyone. Yet this is harming patients. And you know what we don't have? We don't have preventative measures to, as soon as you test positive, what are they telling you to take? And even before you even get it, are we being told to get outside, exercise, lose weight, get our respiratory function up? No. Are we being told to make sure you're getting adequate vitamin C, vitamin D?
That's a big thing. When you get it, just go home and quarantine for 14 days. See how you fucking feel.
And you know what you get? You get a vaccine, and if you go into hospital, you get chucked on a ventilator, and you get pumped full of a bunch of drugs when the disease is already too far gone, and that's why people are dying.
And
there's no
ventilators are bad for you anyways. They fucking found that out.
Yeah, when you put it on them too early, and it's a last case scenario.
Yeah.
But it's like, I don't know, where there's a lot of proven things to help you.
Yeah.
Like in terms of lung function and antiviral properties, preventative measures that are not being vocalized by the media. Red flag. And we're being told to believe, we're getting told and funneled into a perspective where a vaccine is the only thing that's preventing us. That any other method of maintaining and strengthening your immune system, or they say strengthening isn't accurate, of fortifying and balancing your immune system is quackery, is false. It's really distressing. It's really like, I've tried to disengage from it emotionally, but it frightens me. It's upsetting, quite honestly.
One thing my dad said that is like a devil's advocate to that point is it's like the Spanish flu, like way back then, and how many millions of people that killed, because it's also like a strain of COVID, and COVID's come up again, and this is just like a knee-jerk reaction to holy fuck, remember that? We don't want that again. Everybody take this shit that like basically works, and you'll be right. And that shit could all be shut down because that hasn't really been tried.
What do you mean?
Like all the medicines and stuff.
Yeah.
Like it hasn't been tried against this. They've just been trying to find a vaccine that like fights against it. So the medicines that are being used, it's hard to like say because they do shut them down.
Yeah, but the vaccines are not FDA approved even. They're approved for emergency use, which means there hasn't been adequate studies. It's an experimental drug that's been put on the entire population. And in terms of a logical just view, I think a certain percentage of the population should not take an experimental drug. Yeah. It's what's it called? RNA vaccine, which is a beautiful fucking new science, and that it's apparently very safe. But do we know? Do we know that? Like, are we 100% sure that there isn't a massive influence that these things can have on us? And quite frankly, the people who are at higher risk with a vaccine are still dying anyway. And the people who are at very low risk are just vaccinated for no reason. Like, a majority of us will survive anyway. If we're healthy and we're taking preventative measures, which I myself have been doing. And I'm being hemmed in as someone who's, like, you know, I'm not going to play victim. It is what it is. I made a decision that I accepted the consequences.
That's one thing fucking my dad said that pissed me off. Because he was like, and he said, like, well, what about the people who, the people who don't get the vaccine, they're going to be annoyed and become like these narcissistic people because they've been shut out of everywhere. And like they're just gonna be this miserable mopey piece of shit. And if they can fucking deal with the consequences, good luck to you. And I was like, there are a lot of people like that. Like they're just like, oh, I'm not taking this shit. Yada yada. Like I got somebody in the family who just turned down like over $100 grand worth of work because they're like, oh, you have to have the vaccine to work here. And he was just like, said he'd rather hang up his tool belt than get it. It's so weird. Like hearing my dad talk about it is just the biggest wank because he's so for it. And
why is he so for it? Like what?
Because it's what the government says, and like he has very logical reasons behind it, but at the same time he's very ignorant. And once he's set in his ways, that's how it is.
Yeah, that's a lot of dads, though. That's just what happens, it seems.
So...
Yeah. It is what it is. We can go into the weeds about it, but at the end of the day, I made a decision. You made a decision. Let's fucking move on with our lives.
Yeah.
I see you. You're a valuable human being. I'm a valuable human being. Yeah. I fucking have respect for you. You have respect for me. I'm happy with that.
And that's the one thing that pisses me off. It's like, oh, you don't have the vaccine? That says a lot about you.
Yeah. That's
a
interesting.
stupid human who doesn't fuck. It's like, holy fuck, what happened? Like, no one gave a fuck about it before. And now it's this big hoo-ha fucking...
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's you got to look at it with a bit of empathy too, like with people who've, like some people are thinking about the risks, and they have a lot going on in their life, and they go, this, it freaks them out, and then their decision is like they've taken a vaccine and that's their line. They are the vaccine taker, and they have this tribalistic view of reality, and that if you're not agreeing with them, you're like the other side, you're the enemy, you're the out group. You can't just respectfully disagree. Some people just fucking create tribes, and it's like I'm seeing it even in social media. I don't know why social media is like encouraging this. There's like this whole thing called vax and waxed on Snapchat. It's the whole like story now. Vaccinated and waxed. It's like girls like dancing and shit. It's like vaxed. Vaxed. Why is that? Why is that a thing? Why is this mainstream? Why is a medical choice?
Yeah.
Hep C vaxed and waxed. Fuck yeah, summer.
It's sad.
Supplement taker and waxed.
It's sad, bro. It's like,
what are we doing?
why? It's, we know what we can choose.
Yeah. You made a choice for your own individual health. I applaud you. You're taking a responsible, based on your own logic, on the situation. You've decided that a vaccine is the right choice for you. I respect that, and I appreciate the effort that you've thought it through. Not everyone thinks it through, so somebody thinks it through and comes to that conclusion. I applaud you. I've done the exact same thing. You got to trust that I've done the exact same thing, and I've come to a different perspective. And I think what scares people is that I've come to a different perspective, and they're all in on their perspective. And someone who disagrees with them and they sit in the minority, they've taken a step. I've stopped. So when someone takes a step into something, in taking, you look at it what it is, a brand new technology of an emergency authorized vaccine, they've taken a step into the unknown. And that raises a massive anxiety. And I have stopped and not taken a step. So people who have logically thought of it and stepped into chaos, they go, why haven't you stepped with us? Am I not right? Am I wrong? Did I take a step and I can't go back? I can't go back, and they're back there. You can, you know what I mean? That can cause a lot of anxiety for people when their people aren't like
The government says we should all be here.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, step. And then you look back, they're saying things that you sort of agree with, It's also, there's so many different like psychological processes that could be going on causing this conflict.
Yeah.
But hopefully in like a couple of years, it'll just be a thing.
Yeah.
That is detritus. That whole topic is detritus to talk about, especially on a podcast. I haven't spoke about it in so long. I haven't watched any news. I haven't known about it. I only hear it on the radio every now and then at work, and I'm like, all right, cool.
Yeah.
But I haven't received any like vaccine fucking hate, like anti-vaccine hate.
Well, that's good.
They say, are you an anti-vaxxer? I said, no, I'm not against the vaccine. I've just decided not to take it. I'm not against the science. It is what it is. Oh, fair enough. Are you going to get it? No, I don't think I'm going to get it. Okay. They may say what they want, not in front of me, but I've never experienced any... I had an old man murmur because I walked into a business that had double vax. And he's like, double vax? And I was just like, don't have it, mate. I'll leave. And he's just like, growling at me. But I guess I broke the law, so I can't complain about that. And that's, if someone's listening to this and they're demonizing, that's where you can hate on me, because I did that. But
It's like, if you had it, you had it. Doesn't fucking matter.
yeah.
What, does it really make a difference if somebody who was double vaxxed and had it came in and then gives it to you? No, you're still gonna fucking get it. Like,
that is the weird bit, eh? That's what it is.
But people just think because you don't have it, and if you get it,
You're
it's
infected.
Gross.
Yeah, they
you're
think you're dirty.
infected.
Yeah. But most people don't think like that. That's the weird thing. The social media and the media polarizes us. When majority, 99% of people have just... They're busy. They're carpenters. Fuck this vaccine, mate. I had to take a day off work to go get it. Fuck the cunt. Like, I fucking don't even want it anyway, but I gotta work. My boss wants me to work. He's on my ass about it. I'll just go get it. Majority of the population wouldn't have gotten it unless it was forced on them. They're like, fuck, man, I got it. Yeah, fuck the vaccine. You didn't get it? Yeah, I wouldn't have got it if I didn't have to. It is what it is. Fucking...
Legit.
Let's continue talking about life rather than that. You know? There's like a very small percentage of people that actually give a fuck. And I guess I'm part of that percentage that gives a fuck because I'm talking about it.
Yeah, and I'm part of the percentage of, yeah, got it because I have to.
Yeah.
Because I gotta work.
And then you have no ill intent about people who didn't. It really means nothing.
Yeah. I don't care if you fucking got it if you didn't get it.
Yeah.
Like, cool.
Yeah, me either.
Yeah. That's just what I want. Fucking, there's too much.
Yeah.
Anyways, fucking.
So, just last though,
Yeah.
Tom got his booster shot, and he said, "I got my booster shot yesterday," and I was just like,
He got his booster shot.
"That's exactly." I said, "Why'd you get your booster?" And you got your booster shot because you decided to get your booster shot because you think that's right for you. And I said, "Good for you, man." And that's it. I was like, "Why did you?" That's what he wanted to do. That's his decision. Like, don't have an opinion. It's his life.
Yeah.
I found myself quickly doing that. Even just the reaction of you just then, it's like, you know what I mean? That's how fucking fixated we are. Yeah. He got the... Why did he get the... Did he need to get the... Shut up. No. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, fucking...
He's here today. He will be here tomorrow.
He's not fucking dead. Fucking...
Yeah. He will be your friend next week.
Yeah.
He did something today that has no impact on your life at all.
You just pulled me up on that.
What?
You just pulled me the fuck up.
Well, bro.
Booster shot, fucking booster shot. Why the fuck did you get a booster shot? I just wanted to fucking be like booster fucking shot. Because I don't need the fucking booster shot. I've already got these two.
And that's where the tradies are taking their stand, bro. I took these 2 vaccines. I'm not taking this fucking booster shot. They're like they're very the anti-booster shotters.
Was 2 not enough?
I'm an anti-booster shotter. Yeah, come at me, cunt. Yeah. The anti-boosters are going to be more intense than the anti-vaxxers.
Oh, fuck.
I fucking work day in, day out, cunt.
I'm gonna take another fucking day off work.
Yeah.
Line up in that fucking shitty fucking stadium, cunt. That's legit.
Man, I'm a plumber. I eat shit for breakfast.
bit.
You think I give a fuck about coronavirus? Anyway.
We outie. If you made it this far, Merry fucking Christmas, motherfucker.
Merry Christmas.
And a happy fucking New Year. Bye. Bye. Bye.
Just delete the fuck. Imagine.
Oh, that would fuck.
And fuck your ass.